Welcome to Final Year 5 Homework 17 walkthrough. Read the following questions. Encircle the letter of the correct answer. Question number 1. The main idea of this passage is that salt, option A, was once used as a form of money. Option B, is commonly used to preserve food. Option C, is a very important dietary nutrient. Option D, has become less valuable over time. The correct answer is letter D. Explanation. The passage contrasts how salt was once extremely valuable with how it is now more widely available and inexpensive. Therefore, the main idea is that salt has become less valuable over time. Core writes, in the winter, cities use large amounts of salt to melt ice on the roads. This is option number 2. In paragraph 1, the auth statement is intended to: Option A, introduce a new idea. Option B, answer a later question. Option C, support an earlier statement. Option D, contradict an earlier point. The correct answer is letter C. Explanation. The passage initially states that salt is very cheap and frequently used. Mentioning its use to melt ice on roads supports the earlier statement by providing another example of salt's widespread, everyday use. Question number 3. According to the passage, salt has been very valuable for most of human history because Roman numeral 1, people need it in their diet to survive. Roman numeral 2, it can be used to pickle or cure food. Roman numeral 3, it can be used to melt ice on the roads. Option A, Roman numeral 1 only. Option B, Roman numerals 1 and 2 only. Option C, Roman numerals 2 and 3 only. Option D, Roman numerals 1, 2, and 3. The correct answer is letter B. Explanation. Salt has been valuable because people need a small amount of it to survive, and it can be used to preserve food by pickling or curing. Melting ice on roads is not presented as a historical reason for salt's high value. Question number 4. Based on information in paragraph 2, it can be understood that the word essential belongs to which of the following word groups? Option A, costly, valuable, expensive. Option B, delicious, tasty, flavorful. Option C, wanted, desired, enjoy. Option D, basic, needed, required. The correct answer is letter D. Explanation. The text describes salt as essential for survival, so it falls under basic, needed, required, rather than being merely expensive or merely tasty. Question number 5. According to the passage, the word salary comes from the word salt because Option A, salt has been very valuable for years. Option B, the Roman army used it to pay soldiers. Option C, salt was once traded for other goods. Option D, all salaries used to be paid in salt. The correct answer is letter B. Explanation. The passage states that the Roman army used salt to pay its soldiers, and from this custom comes our word, salary. Question number 6. Based on information in the passage, it can be understood that one reason salt became cheaper is that Option A, salt no longer keeps food from spoiling. Option B, trucks and airplanes were invented. Option C, people fought many wars over salt. Option D, cities began using salt on icy roads. The correct answer is letter B. Explanation. Modern advances in transportation made it easier and less expensive to transport salt over long distances. This increased availability led to lower prices. Read the following questions. Encircle the letter of the correct answer. Question number 7. Which of the following sentences from the passage best captures the author's main argument? Option A. First of all, not every 14-year-old lives in the same neighborhood. Option B. I believe that every 14-year-old is different. Option C. Therefore, I feel it should be left to the parents to decide if their 14-year-old is allowed to stay home alone. Option D. A 14-year-old who is more physically developed will be able to defend him or herself against attack, or be able to run away faster than a child with smaller legs. The correct answer is letter C. Explanation. The passage argues that parents should make the decision about whether a child is ready to stay home alone. This sentence directly expresses that belief, making it the best choice for the author's main argument. Question number 8. According to the author, all 14-year-olds are different with respect to their ED. Option A, intelligence, level of safety, education, and speed. Option B, age, knowledge of personal information, and ability to deal with strangers. Option C, physical location, level of safety, education, and maturity. Option D, knowledge of what to do in an emergency situation, performance in school, and ability to deal with a dangerous situation. The correct answer is letter C. Explanation. The passage highlights differences among 14-year-olds based on where they live, their level of safety education, and their personal maturity. The author discusses how some children live in safer neighborhoods, some have been taught safety skills, and some are more mature than others. Question number 9. Based on its use in paragraph 2, it can be understood that sketchy belongs to which of the following word groups? Option A, vague, unclear, imprecise. Option B, defective, flawed, incomplete. Option C, rude, coarse, impolite. Option D, dodgy, dangerous, questionable. The correct answer is letter D. Explanation. In the passage, sketchy describes people roaming the streets in a dangerous neighborhood. The word suggests an unsafe or suspicious environment, which aligns with words like dodgy, dangerous, and questionable. Question number 10. Based on the information in paragraph 2, it can be concluded that the author believes it is okay to leave. Option A, Tito alone, but not Max. Option B, Max alone, but not Tito. Option C, both Max and Tito alone. Option D, neither Max nor Tito alone. The correct answer is letter A. Explanation. The passage states that Tito lives in a very safe neighborhood with friendly neighbors, while Max lives in a dangerous area where police do not patrol. This suggests the author believes Tito can be left alone, but not Max. Question number 11. As used in paragraph 4, which is the best antonym for mature? Option A, young. Option B, simple. Option C, undeveloped. Option D, uneducated. The correct answer is letter C. Explanation. Mature in this context refers to both physical and mental development. The opposite of being developed is undeveloped, making it the best antonym. Young may seem like a possible choice, but maturity is not solely based on age. Question number 12. Based on information in the passage, if something is mental and physical, this means it is related to the blank. Jolt, pew, jolt, jolt. Option A, heart and soul. Option B, mind and body. Option C, arms and legs. Option D, eyes and head. The correct answer is letter C. Explanation. The passage discusses how some 14-year-olds are more developed both mentally and physically, referring to their ability to think and react in situations, as well as their physical ability. The best match for this is mind and body. Question number 13. Which of the following best describes the organizational structure of this passage? Option A. The author supports his or her argument using examples placed in chronological order. Option B. The author introduces a problem and then explains how that problem can be fixed. Option C. The author describes a popular belief and then gives reasons why the reader should agree with it. Option D. The author supports his or her argument using reasons presented in order of importance. The correct answer is letter D. Explanation. The author starts by presenting their argument that parents should decide whether a child stays home alone. The reasons are then given in a structured way, from differences in neighborhood safety to differences in safety education, and finally to maturity. This suggests an order of importance. Question number 14. Judging from the information presented in paragraph 3, which of the following rules would likely make the author more comfortable with the law that allows a 14-year-old to be left at home alone? I. 14-year-olds must practice talking to an emergency 911 phone operator in school. 2. 14-year-olds are required to know their name, address, and phone number. 3. 14-year-olds are taught how to deal with a stranger who tries to hurt them. Option A, I only. Option B, I and 2 only. Option C, 2 and 3 only. Option D, I, 2, and 3. The correct answer is letter D. Explanation. The passage emphasizes the importance of safety education for 14-year-olds, including knowing emergency numbers, personal details, and how to handle dangerous situations. If all 3 of these rules were enforced, the author would likely feel more confident in leaving a child home alone. Read the following questions. Encircle the letter of the correct answer. Question number 15. Which orange juice had the most vitamin C? How do you know? Option A. Frozen concentrate orange juice had the most vitamin C because its solution has the darkest color. Option B. The orange juice in the carton had the most vitamin C because its solution was in between the shade of frozen concentrate and fresh squeezed orange juice. Option C. Fresh squeezed orange juice had the most vitamin C because its solution was the lightest color. Option D. Everything has an equal amount of vitamin C. The correct answer is letter C. Explanation. Vitamin C causes the indicator solution to lose its color. The lighter the solution, the higher the vitamin C content. Since fresh squeezed orange juice resulted in the lightest solution, it contained the most vitamin C. Question number 16. Why are the instructions under what you do numbered? Why are numbers not used in what you need? The correct answer is letter D. Explanation. The steps of an experiment must be followed in the correct sequence to ensure accurate results, so they are numbered. What you need is simply a materials list, so numbering is unnecessary. Question number 17. What is an indicator solution? Option A. An indicator solution is a solution that is important to note down. Option B. An indicator solution is a solution that shows something or points out something. Option C. An indicator solution is a solution that controls the whole result of the experiment. Option D. An indicator solution is a solution that should be observed to discover something. The correct answer is letter B. Explanation. An indicator solution is used in experiments to reveal changes or highlight specific chemical reactions. In this case, it changes color depending on the amount of vitamin C present. Question number 18. Why do you think the instructions say to hold the test tubes against a white background? Option A. If you hold the test tubes against a white background, you will be able to see the colors of the solution. Option B. Because laboratories or experiment rooms are usually white. Option C. If you hold the test tube against a white background, they will adapt another color. Option D. It is white for aesthetic purposes. The correct answer is letter A. Explanation. A white background provides a neutral contrast, making it easier to distinguish the different shades of the solutions and accurately interpret the results. Question number 19. What do you think would be the arrangement of the test tubes after the experiment? Option A. Fresh squeezed right pointing arrow frozen concentrate right pointing arrow carton. Option B. Frozen concentrate right pointing arrow fresh squeezed right pointing arrow carton. Option C. Carton right pointing arrow frozen concentrate right pointing arrow fresh squeezed. Option D. Fresh squeezed right pointing arrow carton right pointing arrow frozen concentrate. The correct answer is letter A. Explanation. The passage states that the fresh squeezed orange juice had the lightest color, indicating the highest vitamin C content. The orange juice from frozen concentrate was the darkest, meaning it had the least vitamin C. The carton juice fell in between, so the correct arrangement from lightest to darkest is fresh squeezed right pointing arrow frozen concentrate right pointing arrow carton. Choose the appropriate conjunction from the box. Write the letter of the correct answer in the blank. Question number 20. Anne passed her examination, blank, she never seemed to study. The correct answer is letter K. Explanation. The word although is used to show contrast between two ideas. Even though Anne did not seem to study, she still passed her examination. Question number 21. The referee looked at his watch, blank, blowing his whistle. The correct answer is letter Q. Explanation. The word before is appropriate because it indicates the sequence of events. The referee checked his watch first, and then blew his whistle. Question number 22. The tenants hate the landlord, blank, he is a cruel master. The correct answer is letter L. Explanation. The word because is used to show a cause and effect relationship. The tenants hate the landlord for a reason, because he is cruel. Question number 23. Jin-ho will sing, blank, you play the piano. The correct answer is letter M. Explanation. The word if is a conditional conjunction. It means that Jin-ho will sing only if someone plays the piano. Question number 24. Our cat has a long tail, blank, a Manx cat has none. The correct answer is letter B. Explanation. The word but is used to contrast two statements. One cat has a tail, but the other does not. Question number 25. He thought the book was stolen, blank, he had given it to his friend. The correct answer is letter T. Explanation. The word yet is used to show contrast between what was expected and reality. He believed the book was stolen, yet he had actually given it away. Question number 26. My brother is going to buy either a guitar blank, an MP3 player. The correct answer is letter C. Explanation. The phrase either or is used to present two choices. The brother will buy one of the two items mentioned. Question number 27. Quote, blank, there is no electricity, he will have to use candles. The correct answer is letter I. Explanation. The word since is used to show reason or cause. Since there is no electricity, he will have to use candles. Question number 28. Quote, blank, the wall is dry, we shall begin painting. The correct answer is letter J. Explanation. The word when is used to indicate timing. Once the wall is dry, painting will start. Question number 29. The winner was neither proud nor boastful. The correct answer is letter D. Explanation. The phrase neither nor is used to indicate that both characteristics, proud and boastful, are not present in the winner. Choose the appropriate word from the brackets. Box the correct word. Question number 30. My older sister is very good at football. Explanation. Good is an adjective that describes a noun, in this case, sister. The word well is an adverb and would not fit here. Question number 31. The rock concert fundraiser for the school finished very late. Explanation. Late is an adverb that describes when the concert finished. Lately refers to recently and does not fit in this sentence. Question number 32. His favorite music pupil plays the electric guitar well. Explanation. Well is an adverb describing how the pupil plays. Good is an adjective and cannot modify a verb like plays. Question number 33. Some animals are very dangerous, such as large cats and sharks. Explanation. Dangerous is an adjective describing animals. The adverb dangerously would be used to describe an action, but no action is being described here. Question number 34. She walked into the house quietly so as not to disturb her dog. Explanation. Quietly is an adverb describing how she walked. Quiet is an adjective and would not fit in this context. Question number 35. Our grandmother rarely bakes for us anymore. Explanation. Rarely is an adverb describing how often she bakes. Rare is an adjective and would not fit in this sentence. Question number 36. The gymnast performed his difficult floor routine perfectly. Explanation. Perfectly is an adverb describing how the gymnast performed. Perfect is an adjective and would not be used here. Question number 37. At the zoo, the slowly two-toed sloth climbed up the tall tree. Explanation. Slowly is an adverb modifying the verb climbed. Slow is an adjective and does not correctly describe an action. Question number 38. They are amazing dancers and should win the trophy. Explanation. Amazing is an adjective describing dancers. Amazingly is an adverb and would not fit here. Question number 39. Her playful new puppy loved to catch the ball. Explanation. Playful is an adjective describing puppy. Playfully is an adverb and would be used to describe a verb, not a noun. Question number 40. I am wearing a colorful dress to my birthday party. Explanation. Colorful is an adjective that describes dress. Colorfully is an adverb and would not fit here. Question number 41. You should remember to cut the ribbon for the present carefully. Explanation. Carefully is an adverb modifying the verb cut. Careful is an adjective and does not correctly describe an action. Question number 42. We have not seen you at drama class lately. Explanation. Lately means recently, which fits the meaning of the sentence. Late refers to time delay and would not be correct in this context. Question number 43. He made sure that he answered all of the test questions correctly. Explanation. Correctly is an adverb modifying answered. Correct is an adjective and would not fit in this sentence. Question number 44. Her parents were seriously frustrated with the traffic on the roads. Explanation. Seriously is an adverb modifying frustrated. Serious is an adjective and does not work here. Question number 45. The engines on the airplane were noisy and I could not sleep. Explanation. Noisy is an adjective that describes engines. Noisily is an adverb and does not fit this sentence. Question number 46. All the athletes were very thirsty after the competition. Explanation. Thirsty is an adjective describing athletes. Thirstily is an adverb and would not fit. Question number 47. Coco was angry after her foot was stepped on in the queue. Explanation. Angry is an adjective describing Coco's feeling. Angrily is an adverb and does not fit. Question number 48. During the cricket match, Ellis caught the ball brilliantly. Explanation. Brilliantly is an adverb describing the verb caught. Brilliant is an adjective and would not be used in this sentence. Question number 49. We had to guess at the approximate size of our lounge when buying a new sofa. Explanation. Approximate is an adjective modifying size. Approximately is an adverb and would not be correct in this sentence. Answer the following questions. Circle the correct answer. Question number 50. Which sentence must end with a question mark? The correct answer is letter C. Explanation. A question mark is used at the end of a direct question. Did she play tennis on your team last year? Is a direct question, so it requires a question mark. The other sentences are indirect questions or statements that do not require a question mark. Question number 51. Which of the following sentences has the comma in the correct place? The correct answer is letter C. Explanation. A comma should separate sentence elements correctly. Every night, Dad and my brother take the dog for a walk. Correctly places a comma before the phrase for a walk, which adds clarity. Question number 52. Which sentence must not end with an exclamation mark? The correct answer is letter C. Explanation. Exclamation marks are used for strong emotions or commands. What is the temperature now? Is a question, so it must end with a question mark, not an exclamation mark. The other options express strong emotions or urgency, making them appropriate for exclamation marks. Choose which sentence uses proper capital letter, full stops, question marks, and inverted commas. Circle the correct answer. Question number 53. Which sentence uses proper capital letters, full stops, question marks, and inverted commas? The correct answer is letter C. Explanation. This sentence correctly capitalizes names and the beginning of the sentence, places full stops in the right places, and maintains proper sentence structure. One warm sunny day, Jessica and Lily went to the zoo. When they arrived, they visited the monkeys. Question number 54. Which sentence correctly punctuates the dialogue? The correct answer is letter A. Explanation. This option properly capitalizes names and places the quotation marks and punctuation correctly. I like the zoo, said Jessica. Lily looked up and saw a monkey had stolen her lunchbox. Question number 55. Which sentence correctly punctuates the question? The correct answer is letter D. Explanation. The sentence is properly capitalized and the question is enclosed in quotation marks. Do we have any money to buy more food? Asked Jessica. Question number 56. Which sentence correctly punctuates the exclamation? The correct answer is letter B. Explanation. The exclamation "no" is correctly capitalized, punctuated, and enclosed within quotation marks. Lily replied, "No, now we do not have anything for lunch." Question number 57. Which sentence correctly punctuates the dialogue and description? The correct answer is letter C. Explanation. This sentence correctly uses quotation marks and punctuation while maintaining proper sentence structure. "Don't worry, girls," a voice called from behind them. It was the zookeeper, who was holding their lunchbox with a big smile on his face. Ratio and proportion 1. Read the following questions. Choose and circle the letter of the correct answer. Question 58. What is the ratio of stars to plus signs? First, count the stars. There are 5 stars. Next, count the plus signs. There are 8 plus signs. The ratio is stars to plus signs, so we write it as 5 to 8. The correct answer is B, 5 to 8. Question 59. What is the ratio of plus signs to the total number of symbols? We already know there are 8 plus signs. Now, add up all the symbols. 5 stars plus 8 plus signs equals 13 total symbols. The ratio is plus signs to total symbols, which is 8 to 13. The correct answer is D, 8 to 13. Equivalent ratios. Equivalent ratios are like making fractions bigger or smaller, but the value stays the same. Question 60. What is an equivalent ratio of 3 to 4? Start with 3 to 4. Multiply both numbers by 3. 3 times 3 equals 9. 4 times 3 equals 12. This gives us 9 to 12. So the answer is B, 9 to 12. Question 61. What is an equivalent ratio of 8 to 11? Start with 8 to 11. Multiply both numbers by 5. 8 times 5 equals 40. 11 times 5 equals 55. The new ratio is 40 to 55. The answer is C, 40 to 55. Question 62. What is an equivalent ratio of 10 to 11? Start with 10 to 11. Multiply both numbers by 10. 10 times 10 equals 100. 11 times 10 equals 110. The equivalent ratio is 100 to 110. So the correct answer is A, 100 to 110. Simplifying ratios. Simplifying a ratio means making the numbers as small as possible while keeping the same value. Question 63. 6 gallons to 12 gallons. Write the ratio as 6 to 12. Divide both numbers by 6. 6 divided by 6 equals 1. 12 divided by 6 equals 2. The simplified ratio is 1 to 2. So the answer is D, 1 to 2. Question 64. 7 snow days out of 35 days. Write the ratio as 7 to 35. Divide both numbers by 7. 7 divided by 7 equals 1. 35 divided by 7 equals 5. The simplified ratio is 1 to 5. The correct answer is B, 1 to 5. Question 65. 7 quarts to 84 quarts. Write the ratio as 7 to 84. Divide both numbers by 7. 7 divided by 7 equals 1. 84 divided by 7 equals 12. The simplified ratio is 1 to 12. So the correct answer is A, 1 to 12. Question 66. 8 footballs to 18 footballs. Write the ratio as 8 to 18. Divide both numbers by 2. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. 18 divided by 2 equals 9. The simplified ratio is 4 to 9. So the correct answer is C, 4 to 9. Ratio and proportion 2. Read the following questions. Choose and circle the letter of the correct answer. Question 67. The ratio of the weight of Meg's cat to the weight of Anne's cat is 5 to 7. Meg's cat weighs 20 kilograms. How much more does Anne's cat weigh? The correct answer is option B, 28 kilograms. Explanation. The ratio of 5 to 7 means that for every 5 parts of Meg's weight, Anne's weight is 7 parts. First, find the weight of one part by dividing Meg's weight by 5. That is 20 divided by 5, which equals 4. Multiply 4 by 7 to find Anne's weight. That is 4 times 7, which equals 28 kilograms. The extra weight compared to Meg's cat is 28 minus 20, which is 8 kilograms. Question 68. Pat the painter mixed 3 pints of yellow paint with 4 pints of green paint to make a new color. He used 27 pints of yellow paint. How many pints of green paint will he need? The correct answer is option circa 36 kilograms. Explanation. The ratio of yellow paint to green paint is 3 to 4. Find the multiplier by dividing 27 by 3, which equals 9. Multiply 9 by 4 to get 36. This means Pat will need 36 pints of green paint. Question 69. The ratio of boys to girls at the basketball game is 8 to 5. There are 30 girls. How many more boys are there than girls? The correct answer is option A, 18 more boys. Explanation. The ratio of boys to girls is 8 to 5. The multiplier is found by dividing 30 by 5, which equals 6. Multiply 6 by 8 to find the number of boys, which equals 48. The difference between boys and girls is 48 minus 30, which is 18. Question 70. Craig and Brian looked for seashells. For every 9 seashells Craig found, Brian found 7. Craig found 54 seashells. How many fewer seashells did Brian find than Craig? The correct answer is option D, 12 fewer. Explanation. The ratio of Craig's seashells to Brian's seashells is 9 to 7. Find the multiplier by dividing 54 by 9, which equals 6. Multiply 6 by 7 to find Brian's total, which is 42. The difference is 54 minus 42, which equals 12. Ratio and proportion 3. Read the recipe for a cake below and answer the questions below. Choose and circle the letter of the correct answer. Question 71. How much of each of the ingredients would you need for 5 servings? The correct answer is option A, 100 grams flour, 50 grams sugar, 25 grams butter, 2 eggs, 5 milliliters vanilla extract, 120 milliliters water. Explanation. The original recipe makes 10 servings. Since we need 5 servings, we divide each ingredient by 2. 200 grams flour divided by 2 is 100 grams. 100 grams sugar divided by 2 is 50 grams. 50 grams butter divided by 2 is 25 grams. 4 eggs divided by 2 is 2 eggs. 10 milliliters vanilla extract divided by 2 is 5 milliliters. 240 milliliters water divided by 2 is 120 milliliters. Question 72. How much of each ingredient would you need for 20 servings? The correct answer is option circa. 400 grams flour, 200 grams sugar, 100 grams butter, 8 eggs, 20 milliliters vanilla extract, 480 milliliters water. Explanation. The original recipe makes 10 servings. Since we need 20 servings, we multiply each ingredient by 2. 200 grams flour times 2 is 400 grams. 100 grams sugar times 2 is 200 grams. 50 grams butter times 2 is 100 grams. 4 eggs times 2 is 8 eggs. 10 milliliters vanilla extract times 2 is 20 milliliters. 240 milliliters water times 2 is 480 milliliters. Question 73. If you had 20 eggs, how many servings could you make? The correct answer is option B, 20 servings. Explanation. The original recipe uses 4 eggs for 10 servings. To find the number of servings for 20 eggs, divide 20 by 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Since the original recipe makes 10 servings, 5 times 10 equals 50 servings. Question 74. 100 grams of butter would make how many servings? The correct answer is option B, 20 servings. Explanation. The original recipe uses 50 grams of butter for 10 servings. To find the number of servings for 100 grams of butter, divide 100 by 50. 100 divided by 50 is 2. Since the original recipe makes 10 servings, 2 times 10 equals 20 servings. Ratio and proportion 4. Read the following questions. Choose and circle the letter of the correct answer. Question 75. Sam has 20 crayons. She has 3 blue crayons for every 2 green ones. How many blue crayons does she have? The correct answer is option B, 12 blue crayons. Explanation. The total ratio of blue to green crayons is 3 to 2, meaning the total number of parts is 3 plus 2, which equals 5. To find the size of one part, divide the total number of crayons by 5. 20 divided by 5 equals 4. Multiply 4 by 3 to get the number of blue crayons. 3 times 4 equals 12. Question 76. The ice cream man sells 3 vanilla ice creams to every 2 chocolate ice creams. If he sells 35 ice creams altogether, how many vanilla ice creams did he sell? The correct answer is option D, 21 vanilla. Explanation. The ratio of vanilla to chocolate ice cream is 3 to 2, meaning the total number of parts is 3 plus 2, which equals 5. To find the size of one part, divide 35 by 5. 35 divided by 5 equals 7. Multiply 7 by 3 to find the number of vanilla ice creams. 3 times 7 equals 21. Question 77. Carol makes 4 phone calls for every 3 that James makes. If they make 140 calls in a week, how many calls did James make? The correct answer is option circa 60 calls. Explanation. The ratio of Carol's calls to James's calls is 4 to 3, meaning the total number of parts is 4 plus 3, which equals 7. To find the size of one part, divide 140 by 7. 140 divided by 7 equals 20. Multiply 20 by 3 to find the number of calls James made. 3 times 20 equals 60. VR. Coding and decoding words. Read the following questions. Choose and circle the letter of the correct answer. Question 76. What is the code for the word fall? We are given that the word trip is coded as USJQ. Let us examine the pattern. The letter T changes to the letter U. The letter R changes to the letter S. The letter I changes to the letter J. The letter P changes to the letter Q. Each letter moves forward by 1 place in the alphabet. Now we apply the same rule to the word fall. The letter F moves forward to the letter G. The letter A moves forward to the letter B. The letter L moves forward to the letter M. The letter L moves forward to the letter M. The final coded word is GBMM. The correct answer is option A. Question 77. What does ESPQ mean? We know that the pattern involves shifting each letter forward by 1 place in the alphabet. To decode, we reverse this pattern by moving each letter backward by 1 place. The letter E moves back to the letter D. The letter S moves back to the letter R. The letter P moves back to the letter O. The letter Q moves back to the letter P. The original word is drop. The correct answer is option C. Question 78. What is the code for the word lane? We are given that the word road is coded as URDG, Let us determine the pattern. The letter R changes to the letter U. The letter O changes to the letter R. The letter A changes to the letter D. The letter D changes to the letter G. Each letter moves forward by 3 places in the alphabet. Now we apply the same rule to the word lane. The letter L moves forward to the letter O. The letter A moves forward to the letter D. The letter N moves forward to the letter Q. The letter E moves forward to the letter H. The correct answer is option B, ODQH. Question 79. What does FDUW mean? Since the rule used in the previous example was shifting each letter forward by 3 places, we now reverse the rule by moving each letter backward by 3 places. The letter F moves back to the letter C. The letter D moves back to the letter A. The letter U moves back to the letter R. The letter W moves back to the letter T. The original word is cart. The correct answer is option A. Question 80. What is the code for the word ride? We are given that the word walk is coded as XCOO. Let us determine the pattern. The letter W moves forward by 1 place to the letter X. The letter A moves forward by 2 places to the letter C. The letter L moves forward by 3 places to the letter O. The letter K moves forward by 4 places to the letter O. Each letter follows an increasing shift. The first letter moves forward by 1 place. The second letter moves forward by 2 places. The third letter moves forward by 3 places. And the fourth letter moves forward by 4 places. Now we apply the same pattern to the word ride. The letter R moves forward by 1 place to the letter S. The letter I moves forward by 2 places to the letter K. The letter D moves forward by 3 places to the letter G. The letter E moves forward by 4 places to the letter I. The final coded word is SKGI. The correct answer is option D. Question 81. What does TYLQ mean? Since we determined that the pattern in the previous example involved increasing shifts, we now reverse the pattern to decode the word. Each letter will move backward according to the same pattern. The letter T moves back by 1 place to the letter S. The letter Y moves back by 2 places to the letter W. The letter L moves back by 3 places to the letter I. The letter Q moves back by 4 places to the letter M. The original word is swim. The correct answer is option D. Question 82. What is the code for the word bunch? We are given that the word grass is coded as IPCQU. Let us determine the pattern. The letter G moves forward by 2 places to the letter I. The letter R moves backward by 2 places to the letter P. The letter A moves forward by 2 places to the letter C. The letter S moves backward by 2 places to the letter Q. The letter S moves forward by 2 places to the letter U, involved a shift of +2 for the first, third, and last letters, and -2 for the second and fourth letters. The letter B moves forward by 2 places to the letter D. The letter U moves backward by 2 places to the letter S. The letter N moves forward by 2 places to the letter P. The letter C moves backward by 2 places to the letter A. The letter H moves forward by 2 places to the letter J. The final coded word is DSPAJ. The correct answer is option C. Question 83. What does RCVYN mean? Since we determined that the pattern in the previous question involved a shift of +2 for the first, third, and last letters and -2 for the second and fourth letters, we now reverse the pattern to decode the word. The letter R moves backward by 2 places to the letter P. The letter C moves forward by 2 places to the letter E. The letter V moves backward by 2 places to the letter T. The letter Y moves forward by 2 places to the letter A. The letter N moves backward by 2 places to the letter L. The original word is pedal. The correct answer is option B. Question 84. What is the code for the word watch? We are given that the word clock is coded as XHLAJ. Let us determine the pattern. The letter C moves backward by 5 places to the letter X. The letter L moves backward by 4 places to the letter H. The letter O moves backward by 3 places to the letter L. The letter C moves backward by 2 places to the letter A. The letter K moves backward by 1 place to the letter J. Each letter follows a decreasing shift. The first letter moves backward by 5 places. The second letter moves backward by 4 places. The third letter moves backward by 3 places. and the fourth letter moves backward by 2 places, and the last letter moves backward by 1 place. The letter W moves backward by 5 places to the letter R. The letter A moves backward by 4 places to the letter W. The letter T moves backward by 3 places to the letter Q. The letter C moves backward by 2 places to the letter A. The letter H moves backward by 1 place to the letter G. The final coded word is RWQAG. The correct answer is option A. Question 85. What does OEJCQ mean? Since we determined that the pattern in the previous question involved the first letter moving backward by 5 places, the second letter moves backward by 4 places, the third letter moves backward by 3 places, and the fourth letter moves backward by 2 places, and the last letter moves backward by 1 place, we now reverse the pattern to decode the word. The letter O moves forward by 5 places to the letter T. The letter E moves forward by 4 places to the letter I. The letter J moves forward by 3 places to the letter M. The letter C moves forward by 2 places to the letter E. The letter Q moves forward by 1 place to the letter R. The final coded word is TIMER. The correct answer is option D.
Reasoning, question 86. So you have to combine these two shapes together. Okay, add these together. Now, it doesn't mean add them in the same way, just putting them on top of each other. It means, if you read the instructions here, the shapes can be overlapped or they can be rotated or both. Okay, they can't be reflected and they can't change size or color. So what you can do here is you can eliminate options where they've changed size or color, okay, or reflected. So you can see this triangle is reflected, so it can't be option C, and it also can't be option E. You can see the arrow here is the wrong color, so it can't be option D. You're left with two options. A is missing a line, so again, it's not the right shape. So it's B. You've rotated this sideways, and you've got this shape right here in the middle. You can see you've combined both of those shapes into a new one. Hopefully that makes sense. So with 87, all that's happening is you're moving this line and circle, and you're putting it behind uh, behind this. Oh, sorry, over here. You're putting it over here. So you can see option B is wrong because it's not got a line here, so you can cancel that out. With this one, it's got the wrong colors up here. Again, wrong colors and circles, and this is not the right size. So you can see you're left with option C, where this circle has been added right here. You might say it looks like the size is a bit different, but I think you just have to go with it. And just assume, because all of these have got this size, it's very similar. So as long as you have a good reason you've cancelled these four options out, it must be option C. Next one, question 88. To me, it looks like, well, this is obviously the wrong size. This one is missing, like the line isn't long enough for this mushroom looking shape. Let's say this one is close. This one, the lines are too thick. And for this one, again, the line here isn't long enough. And you can see here, I put the mushroom shape on top of the two circles. So this is going to be the right answer. For this one, it's missing the arrows. So if you're adding these two shapes together, it's missing the arrows on the side. So I can cancel this and this and this. And you're left with either this or this. Now, this is missing a line down the middle. You can see it's missing that line. It can't be D. Yeah, it's going to be option E. Next one. This shape here going to get added on, but you look at this rectangle right here. If you look at option A, it's on the wrong side, so it can't be option A. If you look at option C, you can see there's a big gap here where it's still black underneath the white triangle. That isn't the case in the original shape, so it can't be option C. And with this one again, wrong side. It should be on the right side of the shape. So not option E. And then you're left with either option D or option B. Option B is a reflection. Try and rotate this in your head. You'll figure out it can never have the thing here. So you're going to be left with option D. You've got the black thing. This one is put behind, right here. That makes sense. So you've got some revision questions now. So we've got NVR analogy. So what is changing from the left shape to the right shape here? This is rotated 90 degrees. Let's change one. And then the diamond is put behind this. And then the final change is that there is outlines added. So there's three changes. It's rotated 90 degrees. The diamond should be behind, so it should look a bit like this, and there should be an outline. Easy with option B. You've got the outline, you've got the diamond inside behind this. 92. What has changed from left to right? So the B and the square have swapped, and that's it. So the M and the triangle should come down, which would leave you, if I'm looking at it correctly, it would leave you like something like this, but the outline has to be thick. If you look at the final change, the outline has become thick, so option C has got a thick outline. Question 93. This is just rotated 90 degrees clockwise, and then these colors are switched. Let's rotate this 90 degrees clockwise. Imagine what it would look like if it was rotated 90 degrees clockwise. Should be pointing to the right, okay? And the colors should be switched. You can see option D has a color switched, and option A also has a color switched. So we can cancel out these ones. Now, if you rotated this, would it look more like A or more like B? It's hard to imagine this. What you can look at is this point is a bit, it feels shorter than this one. As you can see, it's a bit longer just because of the way it's skewed. Okay, so if we're going to rotate it 90 degrees, longer tip should be pointing away. If you look at this, this is a longer tip right here, and this is longer tip. So you guys should be able to figure out that it's option A, the longer tip, pointing away. Hopefully that makes sense. They aren't physically shorter or longer, but they are in this case when because it's skewed. Okay, so again, this diagonal is a bit shorter than that diagonal. Question 94. This is rotated 90 degrees clockwise, and then the circle and this circle are moved around the triangle. So this one's moved to the top, this one's moved left. Okay, so let's rotate this 90 degrees, should be pointing left now. The plus should move to the top, and the white circle should move to the next point, so something like this. And it should have a black circle rather than a white circle, so option A is correct. Now moving on to NVR similarities. What's similar between these two shapes? They're both triangles. They both have lines of symmetry. You can see this line of symmetry. And they both have some type of shading. Now let's see which one of these options have lines of symmetry. It looks like it's only option A. So that's a similarity, is that it's a line of symmetry. Okay. Question 96. Again, is another one, line of symmetry. It could be the similarity between these two. Right? Now, if I look at all the options, they actually all have a line of symmetry down the middle. What about sideways? It also has a line of symmetry sideways. Both of these have two lines of symmetry. Whereas option A doesn't, option B doesn't. Option C, this is not a line of symmetry. If it was symmetrical, it would look like this. The triangles would be pointing away. Okay, so C doesn't, E clearly doesn't, and you're left with option D. The line of symmetry horizontally. Okay, it's a really good one to look out for if you're not sure um, what the property is. symmetry is a good one. So there's a mnemonic on the homework app. If you look at the Learn tab, you go to the guidebook on the Learn tab. So if you go for similarities, you'll see the mnemonic. It's called Never Eat Snacks at a Crowded Picnic. And that will give you all the different properties you can look for. Symmetry is one of them. Okay. So this one, what's similar between these two? They have two shapes that are the same and they're overlapping to make another shape. So all of these seem to be overlapping. What about this shape in the middle? It seems to be irregular, right? It's not symmetrical, all of these. And how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the shape that they make from the overlapped shapes is always a four-sided shape. That seems to be the similarity here. So which option makes a four-sided shape with their overlaps? It's option D. Okay, question 98. The similarity here is the colors. I think you got grey, black, white, and you got white, white, grey. Now, none of the options match that, so there must be another similarity. Okay. So let's have a look. 2 greys, 3 whites, 1 black. So any of the options that have 3 whites? Yeah. We've got 3 whites here, 3 whites. Okay. So I'm going to start cancelling these out because I think that could be the rule. 3 whites, 2 greys, 1 black. 3 whites, 2 blacks, 1 grey. So we know option D is incorrect. So I know that was the rule. It's going to be option C. Now, if 2 options had this same thing, then that means obviously that wasn't the right rule in terms of similarity that we were looking for, okay? But obviously it was, so option C. Now, next question, 99, NVR codes. We've got F and F. So again, codes, you always want to look for the similarity between the letters F and F. What might F mean? It seems to mean that there's one black circle, okay? So G would therefore mean that there are 2 black circles. So which option has 2 black circles? Oh, sorry, this one has 2 black circles, so it's going to start with G, either of these options. R seems to indicate that the triangle is pointing up. S indicates it's pointing down, so this should be an S, so GS. Next question. F and F seems to mean 1 arrow. V means 2. This should start with G. Now, K, L, M, these are all different. So what's different about all 3 of these? They're all pointing in different directions. So K would mean down. Okay, so it's going to be G, K, which is option C.
Optional questions. English grammar, punctuation, and spelling revision questions. Draw a line to match each word to the correct suffix. Use each suffix only once. Accomplish plus affirmant equals accomplishment. The suffix persilment is used to turn a verb into a noun that denotes the action or the result of that action. Here, adding engenderment to accomplish creates accomplishment, which means the result of accomplishing something, or an achievement. Forgive plus coolness equals forgiveness. The suffix monsalness converts an adjective or a verb into a noun that indicates a state, condition, or quality. When you add mazeness to forgive, you form forgiveness, which means the state of being forgiving, or the act of forgiving. Joy plus oful equals joyful. The suffix full means full of or characterized by. Adding full to joy produces joyful, meaning full of joy or exuding joy. Fool plus ish equals foolish. The suffix ish is used to form adjectives that mean having the qualities of or somewhat like the base word. When combined with fool, it becomes foolish, which describes someone or something as like a fool or lacking good sense. Prefixes. Dis plus approval equals disapproval. The prefix disnegation is used to indicate negation, or the opposite. When you add dis to approval, it forms disapproval, meaning the absence of approval or a negative opinion. Anti plus social equals antisocial. The prefix anti means against or opposed to. Adding anti to social yields antisocial, which refers to behavior that is contrary to or harmful to society. Or being against social interaction. Semi plus circle equals semicircle. The prefix semi means half or partially. When combined with circle, it creates semicircle, which is a term for half of a circle. Inter plus action equals interaction. The prefix inter means between or among. Adding inter to action forms interaction, which describes an action or influence that occurs between two or more entities. Identify whether the sentence is a question or a command. Do your stretches before you exercise. Answer B. Command. Explanation. Even though the sentence starts with do, it is not asking for information. Instead, it is telling someone to perform an action. Commands typically instruct or direct someone to do something. Do you prefer tennis or cricket? Answer A. Question. Explanation. This sentence is clearly asking about the listener's preference, which makes it a question rather than a command. Do the boys always go running in the morning? Answer A. Question. Explanation. Here, do the boys always go running in the morning? Is seeking information about the boys' routine, so it is a question. Do you take some water with you to football practice? Answer B. Command. Explanation. The speaker is giving an instruction to take some water. This makes it a command rather than a request for information. Proofreading. Correct the errors in the article below. Circle the word of the correct answer. Corrected text. On the 6th of March, 1475, one of the world's greatest painters and sculptors was born in Italy. His name was Michelangelo. When Michelangelo was born, his parents were very poor, though at one time they had been one of the richest families in Florence. From his early days, Michelangelo wanted to be an artist. His parents tried to make him change his mind, but without success. They sent their son to the famous painter Ghirlandaio. Later, Michelangelo entered the school for sculptors, run by the powerful ruler of Florence, Lorenzo the Magnificent. Lorenzo was so impressed by the young Michelangelo's work that he took him into his own household. Michelangelo remained there until Lorenzo's death in 1492. He was then called to the Vatican and was asked to work on a tomb that had to be ready for the Pope when he died. In 1508, the Pope ordered him to decorate the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican. This work took over 4 years and is to this day one of the finest art treasures in the world. Later, Michelangelo designed fortifications for the town of Florence, but his heart was in Rome, and he returned there in 1534. The Pope appointed him chief sculptor, architect, and painter to the Vatican. He began to paint his famous fresco, The Last Judgment, on the end wall of the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo died in 1564 in Rome, but was buried in Florence. Explanations. 1. Not one or one. Correct spelling for one of the world's greatest. Greatest, not greetings. Correct superlative adjective. Born, not barn or burn. Correct past participle of bear. His, not he's. Correct possessive pronoun. Parents, not prince. Refers to mother and father. Families, not families. Plural noun needed, one of the richest families. Early, not elder, means at a young age. Be, not been. Infinitive form after wanted to. Tried, not tried or tired. Correct simple past of try. Success, not succeed. Noun form following without. Painter, not paintier or paintor. Correct spelling of the profession. Entered, not entreed. Correct simple past tense. By, not by or be. Preposition indicating run by someone. Powerful, correct spelling of powerful, not powerful. Florence, not fluorescent. Proper noun for the Italian city. Impressed, not impraise. Correct past tense meaning filled with admiration. Michelangelo's with apostrophe plus s. Correct possessive form. Own, not owen or oven. Shows personal belonging / household. There, not there or tree. Adverb of place. Until, not until. Correct spelling of the time preposition. He, not she. Referring back to Michelangelo. Male. To, not to or to. Infinitive marker to work. Ready, not really. Correct adjective meaning prepared. Ordered, not odored or ordered. Correct past tense of order. Ceiling, not ceiling or ceiling. Correct spelling for a roof's interior. Took, not tuck or tack. Correct past tense of take. treasures, not treasures or treasures. Correct spelling for valuable items. Designed, not designed or designed. Correct past tense of design. Fortifications, not fortification in that sentence. Plural noun, multiple defenses. There, not there or tree. Adverb of place, he returned to Rome. Appointed, not appointed. Correct past tense of appoint. Architect, not architect or architect. Correct spelling of the profession. Began, not begun or begun. Simple past tense of begin. Famous, not famous or famas. Correct adjective form. Judgment, or judgment in British English. Title standardly known as the Last Judgment. Sistine, not Sastine. Correct name of the chapel. Buried, not buried or buried. Correct past tense verb form. Florence, not fluorescent. Proper noun for the city. Equivalent ratios. Read the following questions. Choose and circle the letter of the correct answer. Question. Which two types of cars have equivalent ratios of miles traveled to hours of time during the trip? Answer. The correct answer is option A, Lexus and Fiat. Explanation. To determine which two cars have equivalent ratios of miles traveled per hour, we need to calculate the rate for each car. Lexus traveled 34 miles in 2 hours. Okay, I will read the script exactly as it is written, and I will make sure to not be too fast or too slow. Equivalent ratios. Read the following questions. Choose and circle the letter of the correct answer. Question. Which two types of cars have equivalent ratios of miles traveled to hours of time during the trip? Answer. The correct answer is option A, Lexus and Fiat. Explanation. To determine which two cars have equivalent ratios of miles traveled per hour, we need to calculate the rate for each car. Lexus traveled 34 miles in 2 hours. This means the speed of the Lexus is 17 miles per hour. Dodge traveled 36 miles in 2 hours. This means the speed of the Dodge is 18 miles per hour. Ford traveled 48 miles in 3 hours. This means the speed of the Ford is 16 miles per hour. Fiat traveled 51 miles in 3 hours. This means the speed of the Fiat is 17 miles per hour. Since Lexus and Fiat both have the same ratio of 17 miles per hour, they have equivalent ratios of miles traveled to hours of time. Therefore, the correct answer is option A, Lexus and Fiat.
We've got some more NVR codes in the optional questions. For this one, we have X, Y, Z, all different. M and M seem to indicate that there's one shading in the middle. N would indicate there's outside shading. Then X, Y, Z, I'm assuming X would mean grey in the middle, Y would mean grey on the outside, and Z would mean black on the middle. So I think it should end with, well, shouldn't end with M, so I can cancel out the ones that have M. And X, Y, Z. So my opinion here, they should start with Y because it has two grey on the outsides, and it's going to end with a completely different letter from the other ones because it's not just the center or the outside that is shaded, it's actually both. So it's a completely new letter. So option D, Y, Z. Next question. J and J indicate one big on the left and then the two on the right are the same size. K means big, small, big. Okay. This is matching K. L, M, N, all different. That's probably indicating the shape is an L type shape. Option D. Next question. S and S indicates the orientation. You've got this arrow, then this arrow, then this arrow. Is the same. This is obviously just rotated, right? But the same position of the arrows, in my opinion, is what S means. T would mean this like sort of It looks a bit like a cube, but this arrow is at the top. You can see this is a T type of shape. Now VWX seems to mean which way they're going to be pointing. So left means X, it's going to be XT, which is option B. Next question. More merging or combining shapes. It says in this section, two shapes are added together or subtracted from each other to form a new shape. So sometimes it'll ask us to subtract, I believe. But let's have a look. You've got so the equals and the plus is the main thing you're looking at. The equal should be at the top, plus should be at the bottom. So B can't be that, it's missing the plus. Look at this shape in the middle. They should stay the same. You can see C has got a different shape in the middle. And also this circle here is white, whereas over here it's black, so it can't be that. And on D, it's on the wrong side, so you're left with option E. So even though it's blurry, you should be able to use the same skills to figure out how to cancel out the other options, okay? Again, if we add these two together, it looks like we're always adding these type of questions sort of right onto each other, whereas the other combining shapes we're doing earlier, we can rotate them as well. Again, the X and the divide seem to go here. Circle goes here. This minus, you can see the minus is right here. And we're looking at what's different between these shapes. This is clearly wrong. Circle should be inside of the square. This has got a times symbol up here. Oh, that's actually fine. This has got a plus symbol up here. That's wrong. So if I rub out, option E can still be correct. And what's different between these options? It's the triangle. You can see the triangle here is short, but this one's long. It's supposed to be long. You cancel out B. Finally, what's different between E and option A? Just looking for the difference still at the moment. Zoom in. Oh, there we go. I didn't notice that. You can see the gap here. So option E is incorrect. Option A is correct. There shouldn't be a gap. Next question. If we add this on top of here, this line should be like this. So you can see you've got the same thing here. You've got the diagonal. Now, I think with these ones, because they're all so similar, you want to cancel out first. So when you add this right here, it's coming from the same corner, and it's coming like this. So I'm just drawing it on top. You can see, I think this one is not coming from the corners. So I can cancel out option E. Now the remaining ones look quite similar, but you can see this is a mistake. Shouldn't be going all the way up there. Actually, let's see the lengths. Yeah. So I added it. It should be that line should be at the top, right? So, and again, option B, extended line too far. So I can cancel both of these out. Between option A and option D, again, you can see these lines have extended a bit too far. So we can stick with option D for this answer. look at the next question. Arrow should be pointing to the right. And cancel out option A. There should not be in a cross, actually, there shouldn't be a cross right here. So I could cancel out option E. This is a square in the middle, so I can cancel that out. And again, you got cross in the middle, and cancel that out. So you're left with option D. Next question. Again, I'm looking at the options to see which ones I can cancel out. C, you can find right here, that's the wrong shape, I can cancel that out. With this one, you can see it's longer on the left than it is on the right. So it should stay like, and I think it has stayed like that for all of these. I don't think, I think it should be down here. This line, if I drew it in, it's going to be there. You can see this part isn't supposed to be here. It's all the way up here, so I can cancel out option A. Again, this shouldn't be attached. It shouldn't be going all the way up here, so I can cancel out option B. You can see E and D have it right, where it stops just below the line here. The only difference between E and D is this line right here. So, should it go through the triangle? Yes, if you look at it right here, it's going through. So if you put it on, it should be going through. So it's going to be option D. Okay, this line's going through. Next question. This shape is subtracted, you can see, from the first shape. So I'm going to take this, I'm just going to draw it out for you. I'm going to take this, 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 and this, all of that out, right? So you can imagine this is very similar. The only thing missing, actually, I think this is almost spot on. So this one is obviously wrong. It's got a line down there. And this one's also got this line still here, so I can cancel both of these out. Now the only difference between E, B, and A is you can see this is missing a line here, so I can cancel it out. And finally, between E and A, you can see these sections are different here compared to here, right? Sorry, you can see this little part is much smaller here than it is here. Which one is the same as the original? It's actually option E, right here. Again, next question. With these subtraction questions, these don't usually come up, but it is good to practice them in case. So it's not a topic that we sort of teach in the syllabus, but we have put it in there just in case. So again, we've got this and this. So all of this side should be removed basically, including this section of the circle. Very similar to this, okay? Very, very close. This is B is missing. It's got this section here still, and C has still got this line, which it shouldn't have. This has still got this part of the square, and the only difference here is it's missing this section of the square. You can see that top section. which shouldn't have been removed. So A is the right answer. Next question. We're removing this, this, and then this and this. Okay. So this is wrong. You've removed too much of the circle here. This one's still got this diagonal line, so it can't be B. And can't be C, because this side should be removed. Now it can't be E, because too much of the right line is removed. Okay, so it's going to be option D. Next question. So this triangle is removed, and then also this little triangle right here, up to here. So what we should have left is actually a line down the middle, like option B, which means I can actually cancel out all of them pretty much. Actually, no, my mistake. The bottom, this line should be removed. So it can't be B. And it also can't be C because it's got the wrong this section. Can't be C. Shouldn't have these pointed areas. Have to rub out the plus on A. And this line should not exist, so you're left with option A. Next question. What are we removing here? Well, we're removing, it's hard to spot this time as well. You can see right here, we're moving this. So again, look at the options. What should be remaining? Something like this, but not this line. I can cancel that. Should there be a line right here? You can see no, there shouldn't. Should this line be here? You can see I've highlighted it there. That means it should be removed, so it shouldn't be E. You're again left with option A.
Circle the pair of letters that continues each sequence in the best way. Use the alphabet to help you. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Question 1. We have the sequence M, B, F, F, Z, L, U, T, Q, D, and then what? First, let's look at the first letters. M, F, Z, U, Q. And then, if we check the positions in the alphabet, M is 13, F is 6, Z is 26, U is 21, Q is 17. The pattern follows: -7, +20, -5, -4. The decreases are getting smaller. Next, we subtract 3. Q, 17, -3 gives us N. Now, let's check the second letters. B, F, L, T, D, and then B is 2, F is 6, L is 12, T is 20, D is 4. The pattern is +4, +6, +8, then -16. Following this pattern, we now add 12. D, 4 + 12 gives us P. So the missing pair is NP. Question 2. The sequence is V, L, T, V, R, G, P, S, N, F, and then what? First, let's look at the first letters. V, T, R, P, N, and then V is 22, T is 20, R is 18, P is 16, N is 14. The pattern is -2 each time. Continuing the pattern, N, 14, -2 gives us L. Now, the second letters, L, V, G, S, F. And then L is 12, V is 22, G is 7, S is 19, F is 6. Observing the pattern, L, 12, to V, 22, +10, V, 22, to G, 7, -15, G, 7, to S, 19, +12, S, 19, to F, 6, -13. The pattern alternates, +10, -15, +12, -13. Following this pattern, the next step should be +14. F6 plus 14 gives us T. So the missing pair is LT. Question 3. The sequence is NPG, VLJ, DHM, LDP, TZS, and then what? First letters, N, V, D, L, T, and then looking at their positions in the alphabet, N equals 14, V equals 22, D equals 4, L equals 12, T equals 20. Examining the pattern, N, 14, to V, 22, plus 8, V, 22, to D, 4, minus 18, D, 4, to L, 12, plus 8, L, 12, to T, 20, plus 8. The pattern is plus 8, minus 18, plus 8, plus 8. Following this pattern, the next step should be plus 8, T, 20, plus 8 gives us B. Now the second letters, P, L, H, D, Z, and then looking at their positions, P equals 16, L equals 12, H equals 8, D equals 4, Z equals 26. Examining the pattern, P, 16 to L, 12, minus 4, L, 12 to H, 8, minus 4, H, 8 to D, 4, minus 4, D, 4 to Z, 26, plus 2, 2. The pattern is minus 4, minus 4, minus 4, plus 2, 2. Following this pattern, the next step should be minus 4, Z, 26. Minus 4 gives us V. Now the third letters, G, J, M, P, S. And then, looking at their positions, G equals 7, J equals 10, M equals 13, P equals 16, S equals 19. Examining the pattern, G, 7 to J, 10 plus 3. J, 10 to M, 13 plus 3. M, 13 to P, 16 to S, 19. The pattern is plus 3 each time. Following this pattern, the next step should be plus 3. S, 19 plus 3 gives us V. So the missing triplet is B versus V. Question 4. The sequence is K, L, O, H, U, B, C, T, M, J, and then what? First letters, K, O, U, C, M, and then looking at their positions, K equals 11, O equals 15, U equals 21, C equals 3, M equals 13. Examining the pattern, K, 11 to O, 15 plus 4, O, 15 to U, 21 plus 6, U, 21 to C, 3 minus 18, C3 to M, 13 plus 1, O. The pattern is plus 4 plus 6 minus 18 plus 1, O. Following this pattern, the next step should be plus 1, 2. M, 13 plus 12 gives us Y. Now the second letters, L, H, B, T, J, and then looking at their positions, L equals 12, H equals 8, B equals 2, T equals 20, J equals 10. Examining the pattern, L, 12 to H, 8 minus 4, H, 8 to B, 2 minus 6, B, 2 to T, 20 plus 1, 8, T, 20 to J, 10 minus 10. The pattern is minus 4, minus 6, plus 1, 8, minus 10. Following this pattern, the next step should be plus 14. J, 10, plus 14 gives us X. So the missing pair is YX. Question 5. The sequence is ZA, UF, OL, HS, ZA, and then what? First letters, Z, U, O, H, Z, and then the pattern is minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, plus 18. The next step should be minus 9. Z, 26. Minus 9 gives us Q. Now the second letters, A, F, L, S, A, and then the pattern is plus 5, plus 6, plus 7, minus 18. The next step should be plus 9. 1 plus 9 gives us J, so the missing pair is QJ. Question 6. KF is to HK as WL is to what? To solve this, we first look at the first letters. K moves backward to H. That's a shift of -3. Now, let's apply that same shift to W. W is the 23rd letter in the alphabet. 23 minus 3 gives us T. Next, let's look at the second letters. F moves forward to K. That's a shift of +5. Now, let's apply that to L. L is the 12th letter. 12 plus 5 gives us Q, so the correct answer is TQ. Question 7. PD is to JK as HI is to what? Looking at the first letters, P moves backward to J. That's a shift of -6. Now, let's apply that same shift to H. H is the 8th letter. 8 minus 6 gives us B. Now for the second letters, D moves forward to K. That's a shift of +7. Let's apply the same shift to I. I is the 9th letter. 9 plus 7 gives us P, so the missing pair is BP. Question 8. BC is to MR as XG is to what? For the first letters, B moves forward to M. That's a shift of +11. Now we apply that to X. X is the 24th letter. 24 plus 11 gives us 35. Since there are only 26 letters, we subtract 26. 35 minus 26 gives us I. Now for the second letters. C moves forward to R. That's a shift of +15. Applying that to G. G is the 7th letter. 7 plus 15 gives us V. So the correct answer is IV. Question 9. UB is to CT as KL is to what? For the first letters, U moves backward to C. That's a shift of -18. Applying that to K. K is the 11th letter. 11 minus 18 gives us -7. Since there are only 26 letters, we wrap around by adding 26. -7 plus 26 gives us S. For the second letters, B moves forward to T. That's a shift of +18. Applying that to L. L is the 12th letter. 12 plus 18 gives us 30. Since the alphabet only has 26 letters, we subtract 26. 30 minus 26 gives us D. So the missing pair is SDD. Question 10. LO is to JQ as DW is to what? For the first letters, L moves backward to J. That's a shift of -2. Applying that to D. D is the 4th letter. 4 minus 2 gives us B. For the second letters, O moves forward to Q. That's a shift of +2. Applying that to W. W is the 23rd letter. 23 plus 2 gives us Y, so the missing pair is BY. As Kunstdocs you can question. Misty Y. Question 11. If QINZ is the code for JEMA, which word gives the code BEIL? We notice the letters look reversed in the alphabet. A swaps with Z, B swaps with Y, C swaps with X, and so on. J becomes Q, M becomes N, A becomes Z. Reverse that approach for BGL. B swaps with Y, G swaps with T, L swaps with O. So BGL corresponds to YTO. Question 12. If DXZ is the code for AAU, which word gives you the code KQV? Answer: HNQ. First, let's check how DXZ changes to AAU. D moves back 3 places to A. X moves back 23 places to A. Z moves back 5 places to U. Now apply the same pattern to KQV. K moves back 3 places to H. Q moves back 23 places to N. Versus moves back 5 places to Q. So the correct answer is HNQ. Question 13. If GSDVW is the code for EARR, which word gives you the code AWNO? Answer: YTJJ. First, let's check how GDVW changes to EARR. G moves back 2 places to E. D moves back 3 places to A. Versus moves back 4 places to R. W moves back 5 places to R. Now apply the same pattern to AWNO. A moves back 2 places to Y. W moves back 3 places to T. N moves back 4 places to J. O moves back 5 places to J. So the correct answer is YTJJ. Question 14. If BYEU is the code for GTJP, what is the code for PACE? Answer: UVHZ. First, let's check how BYEU changes to GTJP. B moves forward 5 places to G. Y moves forward 5 places to T. E moves forward 5 places to J. U moves forward 5 places to P. Now apply the same pattern to PA circa E. P moves forward 5 places to U. A moves forward 5 places to V. C moves forward 5 places to H. E moves forward 5 places to Z. So the correct answer is UVHZ. Question 15. If OBJST is the code for KYJWW, what is the code for RATIO? Answer: NXTMR. First, let's check how OBJST changes to KYJWW. O moves back 4 places to K. B moves forward 23 places to Y. J stays the same. S moves forward 4 places to W. T stays the same. Now, apply the same pattern to RATIO. R moves back 4 places to N. A moves forward 23 places to X. T stays the same. I moves forward 4 places to M. O stays the same. So the correct answer is NXTMR. We have 4 words: 9, mine, same, rise. We also have 3 codes: 4,245, 7,245, 8,975. Each code matches one of the words, leaving one word without a code. By analyzing shared letters and repeated digits, we see 9 matches 4,245, mine matches 7,245, same matches 8,975. That leaves RISE without a code. From these matches, we discover a letter-to-digit mapping. N equals 4, I equals 2, E equals 5, M equals 7, A equals 9, S equals 8, R equals 6. Question 16. What does 7,915 mean? Answer: maze. Explanation. Looking at the mapping, 7 corresponds to M, 9 corresponds to A, 1 corresponds to Z, and 5 corresponds to E. Putting them together, 7,915 spells MAZ. Question 17. What is the code for rain? Answer: 6924. Explanation. Using the mapping, R is 6, A is 9, I is 2, and N is 4. So the code for rain is 6,924. Question 18. What does 5,964 mean? Answer: earn. Explanation. From the mapping, 5 corresponds to E, 9 corresponds to A, 6 corresponds to R, and 4 corresponds to N. Arranging them in order, 5,964 spells earn.